Hello and welcome to your daily astrology and tarot horoscope, brought to you by Nicholas for today, Tuesday, September 23rd, 2014. Alright, there is a lot going on. The planet of the day for Tuesday is, of course, Mars. And if you look at our card of the day from yesterday, we went from Monday to the Dream, which was a water card, and now we're going into Trust. So the thing about Mars energy is it likes to think, it likes to move. It doesn't like to think, it just likes to do and move. And even though this is a water card, the Knight of Water in the Osho Tarot deck, this is just saying move and go for it. So, I've really been reflecting on my interpretation of the Dream card, and I think I gave accurate interpretations of a possibility of what this Dream card means, but some of the things I'm forgetting from yesterday is basically the fact that if you look at this woman, she's dreaming about this love that she doesn't have. But if you look at her in her current situation, she's kind of like wearing rags. She's not really doing anything. She's not going out and getting it. She's just dreaming. She's not doing any of the actions and embodying the feeling of what it's like to be somebody who could be loved or somebody who could attract a lover. She's beautiful and everything, but she's just not going out and doing things that she needs to do to kind of create that in her world. And so sometimes I'm just thinking that we get tied up in the emotional, intuitive feeling side of things without taking the direct actions. And what's really interesting is Monday came, and it's a day that a lot of volatile things are going on in terms of Pluto going direct around 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and the fall equinox happening at the same time today, or yesterday. So lots of that energy is coming, and now all of a sudden the new moon is coming in on Tuesday. It's going to be coming in at 11:49. See, I wrote 11:14 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time is the new moon, but I don't think that's correct. Let me look at my astrology software here. The sun and the moon are conjunct at 1 degree 8 minutes of Libra at 11:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So we're just being hitting energy. Pluto going direct, the fall season changing, and of course the new moon happening. A lot of people on the East Coast are having the new moon on the 23rd, but here in the West Coast we're experiencing it still on the 22nd at 11:13 p.m. So when you have the trust card going on, this is kind of like you can trust your dream, but you somehow have to not allow yourself to have that lack consciousness. You have to think of all the things, all the tools you have, and all the skills and everything at your disposal to make this really happen, and actually go through and trust it here on Tuesday. And that's a very martial qualities to be able to go and have some trust in some of the insights that you had from Monday and actually apply them here today on a Tuesday, which I hope you do. I'm definitely going to do that. So that is the card of the day. I forgot in the quickness and just trying to make sure that I kept moving forward and not missing posting videos. So I usually record them all on a Friday and post them as the week goes on, one at a time, just to kind of scatter them out for people. But what happens is my computer has been having some major issues, and I have not had to solve. Oh, wow. So Tuesday is the Emperor in the Wild Unknown deck. So once again, we're having strong feelings, we're having strong emotions, we're having strong ideas of where we want to be. I think it's time to actually just take some bold actions. I'm not sure, when I say bold, I mean actions that will manifest, not actions that cut the bridges yet. That's all I'm saying. So if you don't like your job, you don't have to quit it, but you can apply for a new one. If you are sick of listening to other people's music, you can go out and create your own music. If you're tired of whatever, don't cut something off right now. Go towards something that you want to go to. That's the energy I'm feeling with the trust. I think you know what you're trying to get away from, but don't necessarily get away from it yet. go toward what you want to go toward is the energy and of what I'm feeling for today. And you are going to have the master of your emotions with this through the Emperor card. You're going to have the power to grow and the longevity to give this some breath. So there's some new projects coming up. What I really would encourage you to do today is, because the new moon is going to happen at 11:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:14, whatever. This is a night to do your new moon wishes and really have some strong intentions, because if you look at the fall equinox chart, there's plenty of astrologers who have posted blogs about that. If you look at that chart, Pluto is very powerful and active in it. This is a major time of transformation. Pluto goes direct in that chart. There, Jupiter is in Leo, which is an auspicious thing. I believe, there's just a lot going on in that chart that just shows that there's major change and transformation coming. So, especially highlighted with that Pluto going direct, so soon within that chart, because Pluto was going back and reviewing all its old functions and all its old, structures that weren't serving us. And now, as it goes direct, it's time to start engaging in those. The only thing I notice when all of a sudden, you have all these astrology buttons being switched. You got new seasons, you've got planets going direct. Right now we're in the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde. We have a lot going on with us astrologically, as I do notice that we seem to be a little bit more clumsy in these times. But I don't know, I feel kind of protected in just taking some actions that are proactive as opposed to negatively cutting out. I'm not saying that you can't get rid of things that aren't serving you, but I'm just saying the bold action I really want to encourage you to take is something like proactive towards your dream. It's like you've had that guitar sitting in the attic for 5 years. Go get the lessons now. Or I guess it's that decision. Get rid of that guitar or go take the lessons. It's kind of like shit or get off the pot. But I don't know. Be bold and trust this. We have the Emperor, the Major Arcana card on our side today, and it's just showing something of power and longevity to me. So I've been reviewing a lot what's going on in the astrology, right, with you today. Monday and Tuesday we've been bombarded. So specifically for today, September 23rd, at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Venus is going to the moon is going to conjunct Venus, I should say. Those are just, we're a little bit more passive, we're a little bit more feminine and receptive and accepting. So it is a great time in the morning to do meditation around that time if that's available to you. It is a great time to just kind of have a nice calming conversation, or maybe give yourself some time before the day starts and have a nice relaxing tea with your significant other and just kind of relate to somebody on an emotional level. It's even, with Venus in Virgo, that's kind of its fall, and it's kind of a little bit more of a picky Venus. And Mercury is giving it some mutual reception. So I do think it's a time about practical communication, but the highlight of today's practical communication is you can do it with kind of ease and grace and kindness. You don't have to be pedantic. You could just be natural and flowing with it. So I hope you engage in some great conversations with somebody you love or care about, or maybe shoot an email and give yourself some TLC in the morning. Maybe have a nice cup of tea before you go into work. Those are the types of themes I'm seeing for today. Other than that, we're dealing with a lot. Pluto went direct. Autumn is starting, and the new moon is happening tonight at 11:14 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So, yeah, that's everything I have. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to hit me up. If there's any blog ideas or any ideas that you want me to explore, questions you want me to answer, expound upon more, I'd love to hear from you, because any type of engagement or like that, I really thrive on that, and it really helps me think of new ideas to share with people and what they want to hear. So thanks a lot for your time, and have an amazing Tuesday.